History of Russia in 100 Minutes by Smart Histories. Medieval Russia. The first state-like formations in the present-day territory of Russia emerged around Novgorod and Kiev in the 9th century. Russia was then dominated by Vikings. After 250 years of Mongol supremacy, from the 13th century, Moscow became the most important power base in Russia. It was from Moscow that Ivan the Great ruled with a firm hand. The name Russia comes from the group of Varangians, Vikings, called the Rus. They established a state in the middle of the 9th century in northern Russia, around the important trade center of Novgorod. About 20 years later, their power base shifted to the Dnieper trade route to the Greeks, where their capital Kiev was thriving. Thereafter, the state was called Kievan Rus. Mostly furs, slaves, and wax were traded for the Arabian silver, as well as the Byzantine luxury goods. The Varangian princes formed the ruling class, but they soon assimilated with the local Slavs and the Finns. The state of Kievan Rus was a loose confederation of principalities whose leaders were princes, knyaz. They were constantly in dispute over the supreme title, Grand Prince of Kiev, Veliki Knyaz. Each prince was supported by a retinue, druzina, of loyal soldiers, druziniks. The senior members of this fellowship were called boyars, and they formed an advisory board called the Duma. Unusually, the towns of Novgorod and Pskov were governed by a wide assembly of merchants called vech. The vech was so powerful it could name and depose princes. When the Mongols conquered Russia, the most important center was not Kiev, but Vladimir, whose prince was superior to others and named himself the Grand Prince. Under the Mongol rule, princes retained their dominions but were obliged to pay tax to the Mongols. The title, Grand Prince, thereafter shifted to the ruler of Moscow. Russians were deeply influenced by Byzantine culture and the Orthodox faith. Mentality, customs, and art were all adopted from Byzantium. Thank you for watching. For thousands of helpful resources of Russian history, please visit our website at smarthistories.com.